At Circle K, $1 can get you the freshest cup of coffee in the world right now. And now.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Oh, wow, I've been up for a while, but this is the first time I spoke today. Excuse my voice. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you are listening in from. Inkanyisu, Shandu from South Africa, Durban. Anya Verhees from Florida, Melbourne Beach, Florida. Stan Williams, Tampa, Florida. Lex from Oklahoma. Good morning. Ray Fountain from Cleveland. Jacqueline Briggs from St. Petersburg, Florida. Jacqueline, I already put my boot on to Chris. But he's out on vacation this weekend, so we're probably not going to hear anything from him till tomorrow. But I'll keep you posted. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get a return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Make a decision, take action, stay focused, do not get distracted. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. All right, I'm doing Crypto Talk early today for obvious reasons. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and but today is also a very important day in crypto, because I think we're about to have a turning point with Bitcoin going to the march to 10,000. I think that we have a very good chance this week of it hitting 10,000. We're sitting at 9,400. If it can pass 9,500 today, then I would say we would hit 10,000 this week. If we can hit 9,500 today. The reason why is from what I was talking about and covering yesterday about the coronavirus and the stock market, or the Dow, dropped 600 points on Friday. The Asian markets were closed when that happened. They open up later today, Sunday, my time, but it will be Monday morning for Asia. What time would that be? Right when Super Bowl starts? I think right when Super Bowl kicks off, it'll be Monday morning. So there's two things that they're going to react to, the Asian markets. They're going to react to the Dow dropping 600 points on Friday, and they're going to react to the coronavirus. And I don't think either of those things is going to react positively. So when their markets hit negative, they're going to do what happened last time and move money to safe haven, gold, and Bitcoin, which is going to push artificially the price of Bitcoin up, not because of normal market conditions, but because of an external outside force. That's my prediction. If it does not bounce above 9,500, if it hits that $9,500 mark, then I can see it going down back below 9,000, and then see maybe mid of week to see if it can come back up. That's what I think. We'll see. David says, when will the next big Bitcoin bull run be? Well, you have to qualify that question, because you can have a Bitcoin bull run and you can have a crypto market bull run. If you want to see a Bitcoin bull run sustain itself, the entire market needs to run with it. The last time that happened was December 2017. A Bitcoin bull run by itself happened last summer when Bitcoin got almost to $14,000 a coin by itself. And the reason why I say by itself, meaning the other coins did not rise in the same fashion as Bitcoin did. So it was not that's why it didn't sustain itself. Here's an example. My version, or my key indicators for a crypto market bull run, that this market cap needs to be over 300 billion. It's at 261 billion right now, up 1.9%. Bitcoin dominance needs to get below 60%. Wait, Ethereum just went up. So Ethereum, something happened last night. Ethereum is over 7%. Ripple, it's up a little bit too. It was like 4.01%. Let's take a look. Bitcoin, 9,400 is up 1.2%. Yeah, there you go. Ethereum is up 5.4% last 24 hours. Ripple's up 6.2% last 24 hours. Last 7 days, Ethereum is up 19%. Ripple is up 14%. Bitcoin Cash, 21.6%. Litecoin is up 34.3%. EOS, 20.3%. Cardano, 30.6%. Ethereum Classic, 36.2%. The last 7 days has been a bull run in the crypto space. Now, to sustain that, this needs to be over 300 billion. Bitcoin needs to be over $10,000 a coin, and Bitcoin dominance needs to be below 60%. That is my opinion. You go on YouTube and look at these other cats out there. They will say maybe only two of these indicators. They're mainly looking at the price of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin could pass this key support level, then it's gonna run by. I don't want to hear all that nerd talk. It's mostly going to be what outside forces and what the wealthy whales do to manipulate the market. Not until the halving takes place will you see an entire crypto market bull run, and that will be in 2021. But you're going to see a lot of volatility this year, and you're going to see a lot of historical highs being tested this year. It might get to 20,000 this year and then bounce right back down. But 2021, the rocket ship takes off. It'll never be the same again. Never be the same. All right, I'm just looking at this. The last 7 days, ending out January. And aren't you guys glad January's behind us? Good grief, 2020 came out swinging. They said, "Oh, y'all think that this new decade is gonna be easy peasy for you, huh? Let me hold my cup, hold my coffee for a second. Let me get you off right." Start off with the bombing of the Iranian general, which led to the bombing and blowing up of a civilian aircraft. Let's just light up the entire continent of Australia. How about that? 500 million animals dead. Let's just go ahead and shake up the ground and have 1,000 earthquakes underneath Puerto Rico and the Caribbean. Let's set off some volcanoes in the Philippines. Let's go ahead and impeach the U.S. president for only the third time in U.S. history. Let's take Kobe Bryant's chopper out. Let's just lob a meteor over Puerto Rico just to make sure everybody's getting the message. If they didn't hear me, it's like Mother Earth is talking and talking loud right now. Oh, that's not enough. Let's turn up the heat and have some people in China eat some bats and whatnot and cause the coronavirus to spread all around the globe. That was all in just January. That's enough for a full year worth of calamity, all in 30 days. And guess what? You guys survived it. So your time is not yet up as we begin February. All right, let's get into some news. First I'm going to talk about is nearly $6 billion ready to move into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and altcoin markets, says crypto analyst Maddie Greenspan. Tell you guys, today, the next couple of months is not the time to be selling any of your Bitcoin. Accumulate, accumulate, accumulate. Portfolio manager and crypto analyst Maddie Greenspan says billions of dollars are essentially sitting on the sideline, ready to move into Bitcoin and the other alt markets at large. Greenspan is using data from the crypto research firm Masari, which shows that the total value of all stablecoins is just shy of $6 billion. Stablecoins are digital currencies that are pegged to traditional assets like fiat. They're designed to maintain a steady value and offer crypto traders an easy way to sidestep the extreme volatility of the crypto markets. Okay, here's what happened. All the rich people out there. Uh-oh. My computer just did something. I hope I'm still... Okay, there we are. Thought it just reset on me. All the rich people out there, the smart people, the educated people, they moved their Bitcoin into Tether and other stable coins. They didn't sell it outright, meaning they didn't pull it off the market. They just moved it into Tether when it was high. And they're waiting for the right moment to come back into Bitcoin. And they are waiting for when they believe that last bottom hits and the rocket ship takes off. Sometime before the halving is going to take place, they're going to move their coins back into Bitcoin. Can you imagine that? Billions of dollars worth. We're talking about 500,000 Bitcoin at least. At least. 1.1 million or so Bitcoins worth about 10 billion. So if we're looking at 6 billion, about 500,000 Bitcoin is going to be purchased. What do you think that's going to do to the price? And I'm not talking about new people. See, everyone wants to talk about new money coming in. I'm talking about money that's already in the system. $6 billion worth of Bitcoin or the entire crypto market, it's going to boost the entire market. Greenspan's theory implies that the billions of dollars in the stablecoin market represent traders who have decided to exit their positions in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and other crypto assets and are waiting for the optimal time to re-enter the market. Yeah, that's what I just said. Exactly. And a lot of the problem is a lot of critics They don't understand what the use of the stable coins is. That's why I said education is so important. I think I covered this 2 years ago when Tether was being attacked, saying that, show us your receipts, show us that you actually have $2 billion sitting in a bank somewhere. You guys are scamming people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you guys don't understand why we use Tether. Yeah, and I said this in the Up to Give Academy. You can design something, and on theory, it's designed to work one way. But when people actually use it, they decide to use it something different. That's what happened with Tether. Tether was originally designed to be a safe haven, a store of value in a volatile market. However, the educated traders out there figured out how to use it to manipulate the market. All done legally. Nothing wrong with that. There's like Up to Give. Up to Give, the giving box was designed to work one way. The people who came in during pre-launch used it a different way. And so you got to make some adjustments. That's why I said the one thing that's unpredictable is people. Somewhat so. I can predict nature, but people don't go by what's on paper. They go by emotions and feelings. How do I feel today? No, if you're married, you know what I'm talking about. Both men and women, mostly women. How is she feeling today? Let me not go down on that topic. You can get one thing yesterday and something completely different today. Nothing based on facts, has nothing to do with facts. All emotions. How's she feeling today? Anyways, nearly $6 billion worth of stablecoins ready to move into Bitcoin and the alts at a moment's notice. That is true, because the people that's actually using those stablecoins, they know what they're doing. Binance Research released a report in November on the habits of 69 clients with crypto allocations ranging from 100,000 to 25 million. 100,000 to 25 million. 69 clients. The report found that 96% of those investors are using the stablecoin market, with Tether ranking as a favorite. There you go. USDT is a dominant stablecoin with 40.25% usage, holding the top ranking for both Chinese and English survey respondents. USDC, TUSD, PAX are following close behind USDT, and several English survey respondents wrote in BUSD under others, reflecting an initial interest by our institutional and VIP clients. Putting the broader results in line with respective market capitalizations, the overall use for each stablecoin is roughly in line with the rank of the respective market capitalization. All right, so that's showing all the stable coins out there. There's also stable coins for Europe in different currencies. So keep an eye out for that. All right, next up. Then I'm going to talk about Akon. Does anyone actually have a plan for the next Bitcoin bull run? Do you guys have a plan? I have a plan. I've been talking about my plan since last year. I need to have 100 Bitcoin before the halving takes place. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. Riding that wave when Bitcoin, okay, I'm going to do something very rare. I talk about this maybe once every 3 or 4 months. My ultimate goal is not to become a Bitcoin billionaire. That's not my goal. My goal isn't to be, let me buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin and get rich because I'm holding it. I'm using Bitcoin as a resource to get more resources. What does that mean? Well, if I get my hands on 100 Bitcoin by May, the halving takes place, and in the next 48 months, Bitcoin goes from $9,400 today to $100,000 a coin, or some say $250,000. Then the plan is I'm going to sell $10 million worth. Why would I do that? Because I'm going to start an investment firm. Then do what Serena Williams has done and many other wealthy people. Just create my own investment firm with a sole design to invest in blockchain and upstart fintech companies. Be able to put 250,000 here, $500,000 there, 1 million in this company. Because the biggest companies the world will ever see have not been created yet. Think about all the companies that came about from the internet revolution in the 90s. Amazon, for example. Who's going to become the next Amazon? Well, where would you be if you had put $1 million into Amazon in 1998? Or Alibaba? Or Facebook? What if you put $250,000 in the next major blockchain company? Now that $250,000 investment can end up being worth 200, 300 million in the next 5 years after that company gets started. You see where my head is? You know, that's the plan. So let's see what this article has to say. See, so everything I do is geared towards that plan. So once you know where you're going, you can work backwards. So if I say I need to have a $10 million investment firm, how do I get my hands on $10 million to start it? Well, if I get my hands on 100 Bitcoin while it's cheap, okay, how do I get my hands on 100 Bitcoin? Well, if I have money to start investing in it, what if you don't have money? You know, I got to go back to this quote that Calais Taylor said yesterday when somebody asked her a question. I'm gonna read it real quick because this really, it's true and it caught my attention. And I said that's the simplest way to explain it because that just makes sense. Someone asked, how can he accumulate Bitcoin? Well, if you can't afford to keep buying it, if you can't afford to mine it, if you can't afford to trade it, then you gotta build networks to earn it. That's what I do. I earn Bitcoin. I don't buy Bitcoin. So if you know that's the case, then what do I need to do to earn it? How can I earn it? You get yourself involved in opportunities that's going to allow you to earn and accumulate Bitcoin. Okay, well, if I need to get 100, what opportunities out there is going to allow me to accumulate that many Bitcoin in a short period of time? Do I want to join a Forex company and then take the time to learn Forex? Do I want to try to get into a bot? Well, you're still going to need resources for them to trade for you. There's only one, possibly two, that allow you to get there as fast as possible. The second one I'm already involved in is the international company I talk about. My partner, Peter Blackwell's already accumulated 25 Bitcoin in 8 months. And he's speeding up. He should make another $300,000 in the next 60 days. But that's 8-9 months worth of work. I'm an American. It's not here in America yet, so I can't build it that way here. If I choose to build it strictly international, I'd have to stop everything that I'm doing to put all my focus on that, which I'm not willing to do yet because of option number one, which you can actually accumulate more Bitcoin than the international company in a short period of time. Why? Because with less than 10,000 individuals in your organization, in your network, maxes you out at more than $500,000 a month in Bitcoin. Less than 10,000 people. So the question is, what are you willing to do to put in the work? Here's how you tell the difference of mindset between two people. Because people in the Up to Give Academy know, don't be calling me asking me where's my 2 free contributions. They know don't call me asking that. You already have the wrong mindset. You can be the mindset of the person in the same. You know, it's that old saying I say all the time. Show me the best company in the world and I'll show you somebody broke. Show me the worst company in the world and I'll show you somebody earning 7 figures. What's the difference? Mindset. So you have one person that has the mindset, will the company give me free contributions when I haven't done anything yet? When is that going to happen? And then you've got another mindset that's like me. How fast can I get 10,000 people in my organization so that I can have $500,000 Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, $500,000 worth of contributions a month coming in. Do you see the difference in mindset? Some people are crying about less than $100 while I'm trying to get, let me rephrase that, while I'm trying to be in position to contribute more than $50,000 a month to charitable causes. If I'm contributing 50 grand a month, how much do you think I have receiving? Where's your mindset? So I'm just putting it out there. Don't be calling me talking about the 15th coming up. Where's my free? Get out of here. I don't need you. That's just me. I'm a 7-figure earner. I don't have a poverty mindset. All right. Earn it. Network. So I just gave out my plan. It's all about executing it. Most people don't even have a plan. So let me go back to this article because I want to get to Akon. Talk about a brother that has a plan. You thought my plan is ambitious. Wait till I read that article. Okay. So there's plenty of chatter about the upcoming Bitcoin halving event in May and the next big bull run that may or may not happen. But if it does, what will happen to the crypto enthusiasts and investors who are already in the market? Will they all morph into deer stuck in the headlines, immobilized and transfixed by Bitcoin's dazzling potential to shatter $20,000 and lick fresh lights or fresh highs? Do they have an exit plan? Do they have any plan? Those of you that were part of Coinbit Pro, I did a special training yesterday. I gave 2 predictions. One prediction of what's going to happen this week, and another prediction of what I think is going to happen this year. You got to be a member of Coinbit Pro to get that. If you're not, you can sign up. It was recorded. You can always go back because I am not giving that prediction on an open mic. That costs money. So if you're not a member of Coinbit Pro, sign up. You can watch that video. I gave my prediction really for the next 24 months, what I think is how this is going to go down. Do they have an exit plan? And I think a lot of people are going to get screwed this year. Why? Because of lack of education. The whales are going to do something. Everybody's going to get faked out. The media is going to, let me shut up. I covered that for the privileged ones yesterday. So Dan Gambardello, the founder of blockchain and AI engineering recruiting firm Crypto Capital Venture, says Bitcoin could target a wide spread in the next bull market, all the way up to $150,000. You keep seeing this. All the last couple of weeks, I keep seeing this number. So again, I use Up to Give Academy to accumulate 100 Bitcoin. Today's value is $9,400. That's $940,000 of Bitcoin. You might think that's great. That's just a means to an end by May. Why? Because I don't do nothing with those 100 Bitcoins. I sit on it. And then when it's worth $150,000 a coin, bingo, $15 million. $15 million worth. I create my investment firm. I keep $5 million worth of Bitcoin, and then I invest in blockchain companies. That's going to take me to the billion-dollar level. Why? Here's an example. What would you sell $10 million worth of Bitcoin? Demand's going to be high. Why? Because they say, well, what if Bitcoin gets to $1 million a coin? Okay, well, 100 Bitcoin times 1 million comes up to 100 million. I'm not trying to be 100 millionaire. I'm trying to be a billionaire. It ain't going to happen by stacking Bitcoin. It could happen if I stacked some of these altcoins that are cheap right now and might raise up. I'll give you a good example. I was looking at, let me pull up, Rob did a post I thought was interesting. I call him the Oracle in the crypto space. He always seems to know. I haven't seen him talk about it lately, but he's all up on Ripple right now. So let me just pull up something he posted. Besides all of his conspiracy crazy nonsense. Come on, scroll down. Where is it? Where is it? I thought I saw it just the last 24 hours. Because this is important. I want to prove a point. Here we go. Imagine one day Bitcoin is worth $183,000. But that's not the only coin that rises up. Ethereum, $17,000. Litecoin, $982. Let's just look at Ethereum, for example. Ethereum right now is worth $192. So let's say you took $10,000 you divide that by 192. You have 52 Ethereum coins, okay? 52 tokens. You spent $10,000. 52 times, and what does this report say it would be? $17,032. Let's go 17,000. That's $885,416 worth of coins, and your initial investment was $10,000. That is a huge, huge jump. What if $100,000 worth? So 100,000, today's price, divided by $192, 520 coins. So you've got 520 coins times $17,000 a coin. That's 8.8 million. Not off of Bitcoin, off of the altcoin. I'm going to look at one more thing. What about Ripple? Ripple right now is worth 25 cents. Okay? Let's say you take those same $10,000 times 0.25. You've got 2,500 coins, Ripple coins. And then Ripple is worth 1,046. $2.6 million. So let's just think about this for a second. Now I see why Rob, all he's doing is talking about Ripple right now. $10,000 investment in Ripple today could end up being worth 2.6 million. But what if, let's go with the same number, $100,000 you put into it. At today's price of 25 cents, you have 25,000 coins, and you multiply that times 1,046. I'm putting you guys in dream mode right now. 26.1 million. You don't need Bitcoin to become a multimillionaire. You can do it off these altcoins that are cheap. That's all I'm saying here. So when you're putting your crypto portfolio together, you don't just need to look at Bitcoin. These coins, Ethereum, Ripple, and Litecoin, aren't going anywhere. And now I see this is why Rob, this is all he's talking about lately. In fact, I'm just looking at his banner here, Ripple. He ain't talking about Bitcoin, Ripple. All right, I just gave somebody's going to really pick that up and run with that. Okay, Dan Gambardello, the founder of blockchain An AI engineering recruiting firm, Crypto Capital Venture, says Bitcoin could target a wide spread in the next bull market, all the way up to $150,000. The prediction means Bitcoin, which is currently trading at $9,275, could be on track for tenfold plus gains, forecasting a positive return for anyone who bought Bitcoin after its last epic bull run in December of 2017, when it slid all the way down to 3280 a year later. But what will holders do? As often as procrastinators discuss the risks of volatile crypto assets, Gambardello was wondering about the massive upside where investors wake up and suddenly find themselves awash in riches, able to purchase the big ticket items of their dreams. Says Gambardello, are you ready? What is your plan? See, nowhere in here did you hear me talk about, oh yeah, I'm going to buy my mansion, I'm going to get my Kobe, no, I shouldn't say Kobe copter. Bad, Brandon. I'm going to get my G7 or G9 airplane. I'm going to be I'm going to get my yacht. No. That's not even in my thought process right now. My only thought process is the accumulation of resources. Then I'll start thinking about, okay, now how I'm going to buy some toys. That's not my motivation. The toys is not my motivation. So are you ready? What is your plan? Do you have an exit plan if you want to move into USD? If you want to move out of Bitcoin or your cryptocurrencies and you want to go buy a house, if you want to go buy a car, you have these other financial plans. Instead of just holding crypto forever, I'm realistic. I'm putting it out there. You all know I got into crypto as an investment to make money. It's still a priority for me. So I'm going to approach it as such and talk about it within that context. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are here for the same reasons, right? I have goals. Now, with that said, I plan to hold a certain amount of Bitcoin, even through colossal parabolic gains, but there needs to be some type of approach, some type of plan. Gambardello calls it a game of crypto that may or may not play out. He indicates a parabolic chart that shows the world's leading crypto shooting off into the stratosphere. Say Bitcoin does do exactly what they are anticipating, and we get an all-time high. I don't know if it's 50,000, 100,000, or 150,000. We get an all-time high. Are you mentally prepared for that scenario? The likelihood of a strong bull market, he argues, will test one's mental fortitude. Realistically, what are you prepared to do? Mentally, where is your head going to be at? Are you prepared for that if you see such awesome gains in your crypto portfolio? If Bitcoin hits a hypothetical new high, he says investors will have to be equally mentally prepared for the pullbacks because it will happen, 30 to 40% and beyond. Ultimately, Gambardello says an investor's moves throughout a bull run is less about the chart and more about conviction. I do not want to be sitting here twiddling my thumbs with absolutely no plan. We need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. I mean, he's saying this over and over and over again. I got a plan. I'm taking action. And some of you are still wondering if you're going to get 2 free contributions from Up to Give Academy. And besides having an exit plan, you have to solidify your conviction to stick to it. If Bitcoin does continue up, if Bitcoin does break all-time highs and continue to new all-time highs, once again, there's no guarantee, but just as we prepare, just as we anticipate for dips to accumulate, you see what he just said there? He gave you an inside tip on what the whales are going to do. Just as we anticipate for dips, and what are they going to do? To accumulate, we have to anticipate what we're going to do in a scenario if Bitcoin does take off. And I think the biggest thing, and I can't stress this enough, it's a mental thing. It's 100% mental. He's right. See, people are emotional creatures. They react on emotion and not logic. Oh, I'm about to lose everything. Let me sell. Everybody else is doing it. I got to follow suit. Not logical. The whales out there understand this, and they know how to play with your emotions. It's like that car commercial says, "Don't mess with my discounts." Don't mess with my discounts. All right, last up, let's talk about Akon. I found some quotes I'm going to use in this. I'm going to save this article. Akon. Talk about a man with a plan, a man with a vision. Going to create my Wakanda forever, make it reality. Akon set to launch one cryptocurrency for all 54 African states in February, and we're in February right now. This is an article from January 26th, but I've been hearing about this for the last couple of years. I think the last time I spoke on this was maybe last summer. When the news broke that Akon is building a real-life Wakanda city in Africa, which will operate an economy that depends highly on cryptocurrency, many thought the use of its brand name, cryptocurrency Akon, will be limited to this city. However, the musician targets a much wider usage scope. In a post, Akon clears all doubts by revealing that the much talked about cryptocurrency will cover all the 54 states of Africa. How many of you knew that there's 54 countries in Africa? You just thought Africa was a country. Unlike the initial thoughts, he added that the currency forms a part of a larger ecosystem that comprises of Akon tokens, Akon digital wallet, integrated and decentralized crypto apps. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to be owning some Akons. The currency, according to his statement, is purported to target several ongoing issues in Africa, ranging from instability and inflation, and also stimulate the growth of young entrepreneurs. He also disclosed plans to establish legitimate partnerships with selected brands to support the Akon as a valid cryptocurrency. The set month for the launching of this currency is February of this year, 2020. Let me tell you in a broader scope on why this is big and what he's doing as a visionary. Africa is one of the wealthiest continents on the planet. It is the birthplace of mankind. Yet the continent has been exploited for 800 years or so of all of its wealth. Africa's history does not begin with slavery. Africa's history does not begin with colonization. The richest person that has ever walked this earth was an African king named Mansa Musa. But the continent has been subjugated and exploited. It is currently being exploited by the Chinese. A lot of corruption. This is a move that can take back independence for the continent. If all 50 countries come together on this, and it's not like they haven't tried. They tried to do this with gold, and Gaddafi was taken out because he wasn't following what the Western banks wanted to do. He was going to create an entire African currency backed by gold, and they took him out for that. But what Akon is doing is digital. So not only can it unite the 54 states, they can still have independence, but unite them financially. They can do trade amongst each other. They don't need the rest of the world. They don't need America. They don't need Europe. They don't need the Middle East. They don't need Asia. That continent by itself could sustain and thrive by itself. It has all the resources to create food, minerals, everything you could think of, they can do right there. And why not? China's doing it right now. What did President Xi Jinping just do? It is moving the entire country, more than 1 billion people, onto the blockchain. And then, you know who's doing it next? Excuse me. Who's doing it next is Japan, because they're mortal enemies. They're not going to be left behind. So Japan's going to do it. You know who's doing it next? It's going to be Russia. And then you know who's another enemy Pakistan, India, they're all going to follow suit. Eventually, America will wake up. You'll see the Fed coin or the International Monetary Fund. But what Akon is doing, I actually fear for him. I fear for him. I pray and hope that his vision will be allowed to manifest without an outside force coming in and interrupting it, if you know what I mean. Because what he is doing is ambitious, but the vision, if you see where this can go, he really could create a Wakanda. But so can we here in America. America's just not even looking at that right now. And I'm speaking as far as the leadership's concerned. So this is one of those things I am watching very, very closely to how this plays out, because he is not a government, he's just an entrepreneur that has a huge, huge vision. And there's a lot of different articles here. You can see this: Akon set to embark on a multi-purpose tour of Africa. Akon building a Wakanda Akon city in Senegal to be completed in 10 years. Akon finalizes deal to build the Wakanda city. See, a lot of people out there just trying to buy a house, maybe get some real estate, get apartment complexes, be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, own one of the biggest malls in America. How about build a city? That's vision. That's having a master plan. That's what I'm talking about. And having the resources to be able to power it yourself. He's got the technology. When Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico and the U.S. government couldn't figure out how to turn on the lights, he could have had the lights on in 24 hours. And America said, no, we got this. So this is something to watch very closely. But like I said, when you're a visionary like that, you're doing something that's bold and grand, I fear for him. So he will be in my prayers. All right, so that is it for Crypto Talk today. This was very, very informative today. Anybody that missed today's Crypto Talk, they missed out. I shared some good nuggets. But what is your plan? And if you don't have one, if you're looking for what I just talked about, how to accumulate the most Bitcoin in the shortest period of time, I've got 2 programs to make that happen. My partner, Peter Blackwell, is proving it. 25 Bitcoin in the last 8 months. He's going to earn another 30. Yeah, another 30 Bitcoin over the next 60 days. My goal is using the Up to Give Academy to accumulate 100 Bitcoin by May. And Diana Townsend came on, and this would have been your favorite Crypto Talk. Talk about dream mode. So Diana, you're going to want to go back and listen to this one from the beginning. You're not going to be able to sleep tonight. All right, everybody, that is it. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy Super Bowl. Who do you guys have? San Fran or Kansas City? I will be back. I'm not doing a presentation tonight. Obviously, it's Super Bowl. But I will be back for Crypto Talk for tomorrow morning, and I want to see how the Asian markets are reacting to the Dow and Bitcoin and the coronavirus for Monday morning. We'll see what happens. Stan saying KC. Mahonis. Ken says KC. So we're in February. It's a new month. Forget about January. It's gone. Dead and gone. Oh, I don't want to use that word dead. It's gone. Time for a new month, a fresh start, 11 months left. 1 down, 11 to go. And the clock is ticking for the Bitcoin halving in May. Yet some of you are still running around asking me questions about, am I going to get my 2 contributions if I haven't brought anybody in? Really? Your mind is on $75. My mind is on 75 million. Step your game up. Have a good day, everybody. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.